This is a radio station of the SDC Radio Networks.
Lock it on to the best station on the net, around the planet on the World Wide Web. The Daily Dose. Don't go anywhere. In the mix.
You are listening to the award-winning radio show from SDC Radio Works. This is Smith Bits Talk Radio Magazine. With your host Kenneth Howard Smith. Thanks for listening.
Hey, it's your host Kenneth Howard Smith. And today is Wednesday. Hump Day. April 29th, 2020. Anyway, I'm sitting up here watching my favorite blonde, Randy Rhoads, as she cuts up everybody today. But I've got a story to tell. I'm going to make our show real short and sweet. I just have to deliver a show from my family and friends who just want to make sure I'm still breathing today. And I'm thrilled, I am thankful. Anyway, here's from the BBC. And the story is out of Kentucky. And it goes like this. It goes, see, this is what paper is this? Oh, goodness. Oh, it's the Lexington Herald-Leader. And it goes like this. It says, Tupac Shakur, Kentucky governor apologizes over benefits error. Now, this is like a couple minutes ago this happened. So check this out. It goes, Governor of Kentucky has apologized to a man named Tupac Shakur after he filed for unemployment and was wrongly labeled a prankster. Alas, for fans of the popular U.S. rapper whose 1996 death sparked years of conspiracy theories. It appears the applicant wasn't him, but a man who changed his name by deed poll. Now, that's what they do in England. If you want to change your name, you have to do a deed poll. Here, you have to file with the courts to change your name. Basically, you'll be an AKA, also known as. Now, on Monday, Governor Andy Beshear said dubious claims were slowing the benefits process. Can't be doing that, he told the media. We had somebody apply for unemployment for Tupac Shakur here in Kentucky, Mr. Beshear said. And that person may have thought they were being funny. They probably did. Except for the fact that because of them, we had to go through so many other claims. Now, the criticism came as a shock to Tupac Malik Shakur, 46, who reportedly lives in Lexington, Kentucky, and has worked as a cook before the coronavirus pandemic slowed down the restaurants. Now, Mr. Shakur, who goes by Malik, filed for unemployment on 13 March and has since waited in vain for his check. He said, I've been struggling for the past month trying to figure out how to pay the bills, he told the Lexington Herald-Leader. I'm hurt. I'm really embarrassed, and I'm shocked, he added. Now, Mr. Shakur said he had legally changed his name in about 1998. 2 years after the rapper, also known as Tupac, and that's what the number 2, PAC, was shot dead, okay? Now, when Governor Beshear learned of this error, he telephoned Mr. Shakur to apologize. The cook said he appreciated the gesture, observing, "I understand. He's dealing with a lot. Mistakes happen." In a press conference on Tuesday, Mr. Beshear promised the unemployment claim would now be addressed. And he said, "I told him how it happened, but I owned it." He said, "It's my fault." He was gracious. I said I'm sorry if I embarrassed him or caused him any attention he didn't want. And he was very kind. He ended the call. God bless. Okay, almost 25% of the workforce in Kentucky has reportedly filed for unemployment as the coronavirus restrictions batter many employment sectors. Now, the state was among those hit by anti-lockdown protests this month, as demonstrators demanded an end to stay-at-home measures. Now, figures released on Wednesday show the U.S. economy suffered its most severe contraction in more than a decade. In the first quarter of this year, as the country locked down to slow the spread of the COVID-19. So that's one of my stories for today. And that was by the British BBC News, to which SDC Radio Works is a signatory of. I have to tell you that because we do have a small show on BBC Six Music. And so I guess we're kind of a little arm of the BBC. So let's see what else we got here. Well, I'm not going to get into the COVID thing because I'm really tired of it. But we know it's really happening. Okay, and we're not going to get out of it. Not too soon. Not to be negative, not to be crazier than we really should be. But it is a problem, and we do have an issue. We have a serious issue, okay? Wash your hands, put your mask on, alright? And I got a feeling that this is going to be this way for a very long time. Now, I tell you what, I really don't have anything to talk about today, as far as what's in the news. Usually my daughter has something wonderfully great to tell me, but we're not that lucky today. Not that lucky. So anyway, headline news, and we're going to get out of here right quick. So we got, Trump's Operation Warp Speed aims to rush coronavirus vaccine. Now, what's coming to light is that the briefings on the presidential daily briefing book goes all the way back to January 13th, 14th, 15th, and they mention a pandemic is coming. They have tried to warn the president. Daily briefings. He did not want to hear it. And for some reason, he acts like it's brand new and it just popped up out of the sky blue. The presidential daily briefing books are now public record, and it shows that the president was forewarned way back in January. And he totally failed to take this thing serious. Alright? And that's the truth. Oh, we've got some more racist people killing black people again in Georgia. A young college student was jogging through a community. I'm pretty sure he's jogged through there many times before because he has to live close by. And the local neighbors promptly killed him dead. Alright? And I guess nothing's going to happen to them. They haven't even been arrested. Oh, so anyway, the Fed signals it will likely hold interest rates near zero for months. So all you people that's got money in the bank, you are paying the bank $7 a month to keep your checking account open. They're not even giving you 1/2 of 1%. Don't understand, but anyway, that's how it works. Oh, see, Jim Jordan of Ohio learns who his Democratic opponent gonna be in November. So he's got somebody that's challenging him. And the young person he's going to face is Democrat Shannon Freshour for the state's 4th congressional district seat. And Mr. Jordan's numbers are looking kind of upside down. I think he's shaking in his boots. We don't know. Florida orders the coroners to stop releasing coronavirus death data. Okay. Oh, inmates fear death as Ohio prison is overwhelmed by this virus. So now you go to prison, these compartments, that's a death sentence going to jail at a prison now because you're gonna get it. Period. Oh, what else we're going to talk about real quick. Now, we talked about the Black Swan a long time ago. So this guy, John Carl Shades Trump, went on Fox News. Black Swan event. National polls were quite accurate. Called it a black swan. Now basically everybody know what a black swan is, right? I think Dr. Chris had something to say about the black swan. Basically it's what happened with this was that years ago, and I'm just paraphrasing this now, don't hold me to it. What happened was that the gentleman, he put a model together showing how compounded interest rates work. And he said instead of using money, he's going to use a virus or a bacteria. And we're going to do a single count on a bacteria and show you how it multiplies. And what he did was that he showed a half empty cup and he stacked them with bacteria, basically, an account. And he showed how no one saw it moved, but underneath the bacteria was multiplying at thousands and thousands of percentage points, or it's increasing its density, but you couldn't see the movement. And then all of a sudden one day, the cup starts to overflow. And that was showing how money would work. But what happened, unintentionally, this study mimics exactly what the coronavirus mimicked, point for point. It's absolutely incredible how this happened, how a monetary device substituted for a bacteria or a virus, and it showed exactly how the multiplication of this virus worked. By sheer accident. But that's what the Black Swan event comes into. And the other part of the Black Swan, every 70 years, the slate is wiped clean. And it's a reset button and everything starts all over again. And right now, we're in a Black Swan event where the reset button is totally on. And we will be a third world country for the next 10 years. The recovery from this serious situation is going to be forever. Okay? It's not going to go away too soon. Now, you ask me, well, Mr. Smith, what do you want? What do you want? Well, what I don't want is the coronavirus. Okay? Went to my VA medical appointment today. You were given a scan for temperature, and you were given an armband, and you were getting a face mask. Okay? And that was cool. And of course, they limit just how many people can walk into the hospital. So anyway, I got to my appointment and found out that it had been scheduled for today, and I somehow got through the cracks because they had basically canceled the majority of their appointments for the eye doctor, and since I'm non-essential, they wouldn't schedule me at some other point in time, which I gladly took. It was no big deal. I said, hey. So they said, we're not seeing anybody today. So anyway, we rescheduled me for way back sometime, up a month or two coming up. And I understood perfectly. And my other appointments have been moved up too. Like I said, non-essential. But anyway, the government is really taking this serious. Like I said, everybody get masks and everybody, get sanitizers, and you get a chance to wash your hands. And you get out of there as quickly as possible, okay? So anyway, we're on our way out the door. And so I went on back to the house. Now, what else can we talk about real quick? Oh, my favorite subject, Kim Jong-un. Now, the last time I checked with the military blogs, I found out that the military was stepped up really high in drills a couple of days ago, which means why would you be drilling unless there's a change of the guard or something incredible, right? But satellite imagery showing the recent movement of luxury boats suggests Kim Jong-un is in the coastal resort of Wonsan, according to experts who monitor his secretive regime. Now, they said the satellite photos of the vessel used by the North Korean leader and his entourage have emerged amid speculation about his death and whereabouts. Now, Kim has not been seen in public since April the 11th and has been absent from celebrations marking the birthday of his late grandfather and North Korea's founder, Kim Il-sung 4 days later. Now, NK Pro, a North Korean monitoring website, says commercial satellite images show boats often used by Kim and his entourage in the Wonsan area. Now, the site added that the vessels made unusual movements around the time of the missile test by Pyongyang on 14th of April. Okay? Now, have anybody heard about these missile tests on the 14th of April? Really? Well, he said his train was parked at the station reserved for his use, and they say that possibly that Mr. Kim is staying there, possibly to avoid exposure to the coronavirus. Now, the officials also are skeptical of a media report claiming the dictator had some kind of serious illness. They caution that Kim's health and location are closely guarded secrets and reliable information is difficult to obtain in North Korea. Now, the last time North Korea's state media reported on Kim's whereabouts was when he presided over a meeting on April 11th. But there have been near daily reports of him sending letters and diplomatic messages. Okay? And that's how it's going to work. So anyway, this has been your host, Kenny Smith, and it's been In the News. Appreciate each and every last one of you for hanging out with me. Have a great day.
You are listening to the award-winning radio show from SDC Radio Works. This is Smith Bits Talk Radio Magazine. With your host Kenneth Howard Smith. Thanks for listening.
This is a radio station of the SDC Radio Networks.
Lock it on to the best station on the net, around the planet on the World Wide Web. The Daily Dose. Don't go anywhere. In the mix.